Hello everybody, welcome to our first Warframe review and our first rework review of Hydroid. For a long time I was wondering if they was ever going to come back to him because he's been seen to be the weakest of all the Warframes so far. At first, a couple years back I thought it would be Zephyr, but her rework came out and she is actually amazing now. We're going to check out a new Hydroid Rework, and before we get started I'm going to show off my build. As you see, we're using both augments on this build and a nice set of arcanes, and we're still going for corrosive barrage to reduce their armor even further, as you can see why that is here. His new passive, enemies damaged by Hydroid are more vulnerable to corrosive status and retrieve additional status reducing armor by 50%. The reason why I have to clarify that is because corrosive a little while back received a rework to where it can no longer remove 100% of the armor off of a target because of a little situation that was happening. Basically, if you removed all the armor of a target, you would be functionally doing less damage because you did more damage because of the armor, but there's no armor there. Now, Hydroid now has the ability to take the armor value all the way to 100, basically armor stripping them completely. Also, as you can see real quick, all of his abilities have been switched from impact damage to purely corrosive damage. I'm using the augment, therefore my first ability now does viral, and my third now does healing. Undertow has been completely removed and now is replaced with Plunder. We'll go over that in a second. A couple changes to Tempest. Tempest can now be spammed and no longer has to charge for its maximum range. You could also now summon Tempest multiple times, increasing the amount of water droplets that come down. They also made a slight switch to Tidal Surge. Now enemies, instead of flying off in the distance like you could see in the cutscene, where they fly off into distance, they will now stop right in front of Hydroid and you could hold them there. That's a good way to group up enemies and a little bit of crowd control there. The new ability Plunder is very helpful with the small amount of healing that you gain. And also, that's actually from my augment, sorry. The base mod now allows you to gain armor from all enemies that have a corrosive proc Plunder. Now let's go over to its description. Plunder armor from nearby enemies and increase corrosive damage on your abilities and weapons. It doesn't matter where you got the corrosive from, it'll increase the damage if you go pure corrosion on him. Enemies affected by this corrosion status effect offer a greater increase. So I believe that's per stack. I'm not sure if that's just on per stack or not. And the tentacles have been changed slightly into where they no longer thrash about with the enemies, as you could see in the cutscene. They probably have to change that. But now they'll just hold them straight in the air and apply a corrosive tick every couple seconds. Or is it a full stack? We'll have to do some testing. But anyway guys, let's get right into it. And of course, we're going to end up with a full fleet of level 20 corrupted heavy gunners. And I'm going to try something a little hard right now. I'm going to see if I could sweep all of them to the corner. And that's what I mean. You could spam your one and absolutely decimate your enemies now. I didn't use any other ability other than my first right there, and that's 20 level 100 heavy gunners gone in an instant. Let's try it one more time and let's see. our third ability. they all have the corrosive effect, and that's your armor increase and your new damage increase. So now he actually has something that he could stack on top of for higher levels. That's plus 1700 armor and plus 470% corrosive damage to any weapon dealing with. And this actually isn't that good of a weapon. This is actually the character race. I've been working on it for a while and it's not even finished yet. Let's check out the changes that have happened to our ultimate here. It seems to be applying a, yes, it's about a status effect every tick or so. And once we reach 10, I don't think we can reach 10. We can cast our first right here. And you can see you can just sit around and just obliterate your enemies. Much better than what I saw before, because I had the same thing, curative undertow, corroding barrage, and it just wasn't doing the damage. To be honest, who made this rework on D, high five. Good pat on the back for you, because this is amazing. He's now 100% useful and viable, and still having his crowd control capabilities is amazing. But anyway guys, this has been Death Maestro. Leave a like if you liked the video, leave a dislike if you didn't, leave a comment if you have any questions, and if you want to see any of our future content, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you will be notified on if any new videos come out.